Jim, I'm a doctor, not a pilot. That was a terrible impersonation. I apologize, internet. What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Real Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Star Trek Beyond. Star Trek Beyond is directed by Justin Lin, and it stars Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Zoe Saldana, Idris Elba, Carl Urban, Anton Yelchin, John Cho, Sophia Boutella, and Simon Pegg. So I am a fan of this newly renovated Star Trek series that started a few years back with J.J. Abrams. I don't really know much about Star Trek other than what J.J. Abrams has taught us up until this point. I know there's years and years of shows. I know there's years and years of films that have come out in the past. I just never experienced them as a kid. And that's fine. I know that Star Trek has a very deep and loyal fan base, and that is awesome. I just never got there. So when the first Star Trek came out in 2009 of this new series that Abrams released, I really enjoyed it. I went into it not really expecting much, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself in that movie, and I became a new fan of Star Trek. So Star Trek Beyond came out, and what I kept hearing was that this movie is more faithful to the original TV series. And I'm going to totally agree with that, because I felt like this movie was a little bit more episodic than the previous two were. In this film, the crew of the USS Enterprise is exploring space, doing what they do best. And while responding to a distress call, things get chaotic. That's where we're introduced to the villain of this movie named Krall, and he is played by the wonderful, magnificent Idris Elba. Well done, sir. There are a lot of good things about Star Trek Beyond. I actually thought that the characters in this one were the best part of the entire film. Every character had little moments in which they got to shine and got to show their personality and grow and develop more, and it was really good. Specifically, Carl Urban's character, Bones. What a witty, sarcastic, negative, pessimistic, funny guy you are, man. Other than the characters being really fantastic and having a lot of good chemistry and banter back and forth, that's really where I feel like the strengths of the movie start to taper off a little bit. Now, I know that there are a lot of big Star Trek fans out there that will probably hate that I say this, but I feel like that this movie is the most expensive television version of Star Trek ever made. I feel like the only negative thing was I felt like that some of the editing was a little incoherent. You couldn't tell what was going on in some of the action sequences. There were a few other sequences that happened and you're like, wait, what is happening right now? I can't even really see what's going on. That's really it. So again, this movie was totally fine. I just thought it was alright. I thought the characters were really good, really well developed. I liked the villain, I liked the newcomers. Good stuff. I felt like a lot of the action was very generic, very just meh stuff that you would catch on cable sometimes, with a huge budget though. And for negatives, I felt like the editing was a little bit weird. A couple of scenes where I felt like things were incoherent. I'm going to give Star Trek Beyond a C+. So have you seen Star Trek Beyond? Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and you have a wonderful day.